Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Today we remember Saint Wenceslaus, martyr, a 10th century martyr from Bohemia, from the present Central Europe. As mentioned in the introduction, it's a great opportunity to see how well geographically Christianity was spread and how Christ's love embraces the world. We can relate to today's Gospel the death, the martyrdom of Saint Wenceslaus. It's sad to see that he was murdered by his brother Bolesłaus out of jealousy for power. So who was Wenceslaus? When his father Martyslaus died, the Bohemians appointed Wenceslaus as king. By the grace of God he was staunch in his faith, for he was kind to all the poor, he clothed the naked, he fed the starving, he received pilgrims according to the spirit of the gospel. He did not allow widows to be harmed. He loved all men, poor and rich alike. He looked after those serving God and adorned many churches. Some men from the country, however, became arrogant as they persuaded Bolesłaus, his younger brother, that Wenceslaus was conspiring with his mother and his followers to kill him. Whenever patronal feasts of churches were observed in the cities, Wenceslaus was present. So one Sunday he went to the city of Boleslavia on the feast of Saints Cosmas and Damian. After Mass he was to return to Prague, but Bolesłaus restrained him with evil intent. "Why are you leaving us, brother?" he asked. Next morning the bell forewarning office rang. When Wenceslaus heard the bell ringing, he said, "Glory to you, O Lord! You have allowed me to live this morning," and so got up to go to the morning office. Bolesłaus met him immediately at the door. Wenceslaus looked at him and said, "You were a good companion to me yesterday, brother." But the evil spoke to Bolesłaus and turned his heart to evil. He drew his sword, saying, "Now I want to serve you better," and struck Wenceslaus on the head with his sword. And Wenceslaus turned to him and asked, "What do you mean, brother?" And seizing him, he knocked him to the ground. Immediately one of Bolesłaus' staff ran up and struck Wenceslaus' hand. So with his hand wounded, he released his hold on his brother and fled to the church. But two ruffians killed him at the door. Another ran up to him and pierced his side with a sword. At this Wenceslaus fell dead, with those words on his lips, "Into your hands, O Lord, I commend my spirit." This is what we read in the Slavonic legends. This very sad incident, the circumstances of his martyrdom, are a great reminder that human power can make people jealous and turn to evil. And this evil rivalry from the part of Bolesłaus somehow mirrors the decadent trends in our democracies, that parties, instead of uniting their forces for the mutual flourishing of people, because of their opposition, fierce opposition, they introduce an enormous divide into society. And the local cultures, local politics is also infiltrated with this division, this fight for power, clinging to power. So let this martyrdom strengthen our commitment to filter out any unnecessary divisions in our communities, and let it be a reference point for local, national and global politics, that Christ's peace should be sought at any price.